kicking off round 6 tonight with the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix taking on the Brisbane Bullets at home. Bullets look threatening on the weekend, coming off back-to-back wins, one most notably against the early championship contenders, the Jack Jumpers. Nathan Sobey has had a blistering start to the season, averaging career highs in stats, and in Brisbane's 8 outings, he's top scored in 7 of them. I'm taking a 2-leg same-game multi with Brisbane to cover the line and Nathan Sobey points over. This one's going to be a cracker. Enjoy the game.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
The Phoenix have got it done. They've now won 4 in a row.
Do you think Copes and others are a little asleep on you guys as genuine championship contenders?
Let them sleep. Let them sleep.
Brink rolls his way inside and throws it down.
Time for air.
Sniper.
Benair at the three-quarter time buzzer.
Benair is shooting the 3 like they're free throws.
The Bullets go 2-0 for the weekend and take a big scalp in the Jack Jumpers.
This Brisbane Bullets team is starting to come together under new coach Justin Schuller.
Let them sleep. Let them sleep.
Hello and welcome to the Hungry Jacks NBL tip-off to kickstart Indigenous round. And it was only 12 days ago these two teams last met. And it was the Southeast Melbourne winning in a blowout as Brisbane slumped to their 4th consecutive loss. But oh, how quickly things can change. And tonight both teams come into this matchup with an air of confidence. The Bullets getting back-to-back wins last weekend. And the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix riding high on a 4-game win streak. As I welcome in Ryan Brockhoff, Liam Santa Maria. We take a look at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder. And both teams travelling nicely.
They are, Joey. And all of a sudden, as a result, this has turned into a very big game on a Thursday night. The Phoenix, as you say, 4-game win streak, sitting pretty second on the table. And the Bullets, Rowdy, well, they righted their ship with a couple of wins last week.
A couple of huge wins. Going to Perth and beating Perth. Yes, Perth were probably a little bit lackluster, but their performance defensively, especially on Bryce Cotton, some of those guards putting on the real clamps on, and then a huge scalp against Tasmania. They're really hitting their form at the right time. Fit and healthy. They've won their last 4 games by an average of 11 points. They're scoring almost 97 points a game. Mike Kelly doing a wonderful job at first year in charge. We take a look at the opposition coach, Liam, Justin Schuller. I know you're a big rap, and he did a great effort to steady the ship last week.
Doing a really good job. First year as an NBL head coach, and yeah, they were in a bit of a hole there, and so he'd be feeling good after last weekend and confident coming into this one on their home floor.
And they'll be feeling good, but they'll be feeling even better, Rowdy, because they get this man back after the 5-game suspension. Aaron Baines is back, and he's going to go into battle with the big sauce.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to the big fellas battling down low, but great to have Baines back. Bit of time away, refocus himself. He's going to come in fresh and hungry tonight for a big challenge against an in-form Alan Williams.
Well, it's going to not be easy because Alan Williams is playing at a very high level, and here is some of what he did against Brisbane in round 4 when he first came back into the mix. He's top 5 in points, averaging around 19 a game. He's first in rebounds, averaging around 11 a game. And, you know, sometimes there's a bit of bully ball. The young fella, Rocco Zakarski, just takes it away. He puts it on the deck, gets to his float game whenever he likes. And, you know, whether it's Baines, whether it's Harrison, whether it's Zakarski, he's going to come into this with a whole bunch of confidence, looking once again to be a dominant force.
Remember, though, Aaron Baines didn't play last time they met, and can't wait to see the 2 big boppers going at it down low. We're looking forward to that matchup. Well, you've mentioned just a little bit about Alan Williams being an MVP favourite, but has everybody been sleeping on this man, Nathan Sobey, because he's having one of his best seasons. He's averaging career-high points and rebounds, and really, for a team that's been a little bit lacking a bit of continuity, he's been the one constant this season.
Yeah, not bad at the tender age of 33 to be putting your best statistical season together, but he's just looking fresh. He's looking back to his explosive self after an injury-ridden season last year, and this is the Sobey that we've come to know and expect, and he's been really carrying them offensively with the injuries, but being able to score from outside and use his quickness. His quickness is back. It's great to see him really putting the team on his back.
Yeah, and he put all of that on display, Rowdy, in a big way, didn't he, in this matchup against Tasmania on this very floor to finish off last round. He poured in 28 points. He was 4 of 7 from long range, but he had a really good mix, getting to the free throw line, getting to the cup, the step backs from long range. So they're going to need him to be highly productive again tonight.
Yeah, 4 of his 8 games this season, he's had 24 points or more, but probably his one poor game this year was against Southeast Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. He went 0 from 6 from long range, so he'll be looking to bounce back. As we take a look at the starting fives, and Rowdy, you're a big fan of Josh Bannon.
He is. He's been really well the last couple of games. They've kept the starting lineups the same, even with Baines coming back. And I want to highlight McDaniel. Who does he go to tonight? Does he take one of the guards, or does he match up with Mitch Creek?
Well, it's a good question because, you know, Josh Bannon obviously is the foreman and so is Mitch Creek for the Phoenix, but, you know, Bannon's a rookie. So, you know, maybe Schuler might not want to go to that matchup. And here is the starting lineup for the Phoenix. Not changing anything, rolling along on the 4-game winning streak. And Craig Moller has been, you know, maybe a little bit of an unsung hero for this group. 4 outstanding stars in that group, high productive scorers, and Craig Moller bringing a little defensive toughness to this starting lineup.
Yeah, unchanged for the 3rd straight game for the South East Melbourne starting 5. The Brisbane, you touched on it, Ryan, they've gone with Harrison instead of Baines. They want a bit of continuity because they've already had 6 different lineups in their starting 5 in 9 games. So you think they just want to get a little bit of that continuity just to get them in a bit of a flow while they've got their groove going?
I think so, and just keep Harrison's confidence up. He's battled with some foul trouble in the last few games, but when he's on, he's been playing really, really well. And he gets first crack at Alan Williams tonight, and not bad to be able to bring Baines off the bench to battle the big fella, but just look for Brisbane to try and stamp their authority physically against the Phoenix.
Can they match the firepower of the South East Melbourne Phoenix on offense, Len? Because that's going to be the big talking point. We know South East, 2nd best scoring team in the competition. Brisbane been a bit of an issue. They've only scored more than 90 points once so far this season.
But they've been good defensively. 4th in defensive rating, the Bullets. So an elite offensive team against the, you know, one of the top defensive teams to tip off Indigenous round.
The jerseys look magnificent. Aaron Baines is back. He'll start on the bench. Brisbane have lost 8 of their last 11 games at home, and they do rank 10th for points in quarter 1, so they will want to start this one well. Get the crowd involved. We'll get this one underway to kickstart Hungry Jacks round 6. Andy Norton running the point. Been an important inclusion. I'm sure he's enjoying moving away from the Wildcats and at the Bullets. And he'll go straight to the free throw line.
Bit of an unsung hero the last few games. His defensive effort with McDaniels on Cotton the other night. He just brings a toughness to this group. He brings a defensive edge. And he really complements Sobey as well. So expect him not to stuff the stat sheet, but to have real impact on tonight's game.
You know what else he brings tonight, Mitch Norton, is an interesting looking moustache.
We are in November right now.
Okay, all right.
I'm assuming that's what it's for. Hopefully.
Early talk. Of course, in the starting lineup, since Shannon Scott was out with that hamstring injury. So they'll be missing him tonight. A handy replacement in Mitch Norton. Here's Cummings, averaging the 15.5 points. Brown, they've got some firepower. There's the step back. Couldn't get that one to fall. Creek just guarding Sobey for the time being. Couple of athletes as they look to get it down to McDaniel, and again they draw the foul.
And it's a 2nd personal foul here on Will Cummings. So 2 fouls in 2 possessions for the Phoenix import.
He's looking over at the bench. Keep him out there for the time being. Harrison had to do some heavy lifting early in this one. Guarding Al Williams as Norton again looks to be aggressive, and there he's Bannon. Spoke about him building nicely into this season. Last weekend, the back-to-back wins, averaging 12.5 points and 8 rebounds a game.
And look at the way Mitch Norton is face guarding Gary Brown on the inbounds. The Bullets want someone else to handle the ball and initiate the offense.
And our man, Alan Williams, that soft touch, that floater, he gets it off from anywhere in the paint. I've seen him hit floater threes. He's just got such great touch for a big fella.
Well, part of the commentary team tonight is NBL royalty, Derek Rucker. Let's get down courtside.
Well, guys, we spoke before the game about Mitch Creek, and I said that Mitch Creek feels like this venue is his personal playground. The Bullets right away got to make him understand that this is their home court. It's a different team, and they must dominate Creaky early in this game and not let him get off to a strong start.
It's a good call, Ruck, and we were wondering who they might put on him now. It's an unsportsmanlike foul call here on Alan Williams. We'll come back to that for a sec, Ruck. The screen comes from Sobey, and Sauce just plows right through the middle of him.
Don't look straight at him and go straight through him and have physical contact.
What's your take on that? So what, too aggressive for running through the screen? Interesting.
I'm assuming so. I don't agree with that call. I mean, he's a big fella, and the guard set a screen. He didn't even hit him. Didn't look with that much force, and sometimes it's hard to change direction when you're a big fella. So, look, I think that's just a common foul. I think that's unnecessary to be upgraded, but they're doing the NBL are trying to do a better job of protecting players and making sure injuries and knocks are sort of reduced as much as possible.
Trying to impose himself physically in this contest. Alan Williams, we know he loves that, as Sobey pulls up. As we said, went 0 from 6 from three-point range last time these two teams met. It was a 23-point win to South East Melbourne on that occasion, 96-73. They outscored the Bullets in all 4 quarters.
Oh, jeez. There's Bannon takes a heavy hit. He's on the deck now. Contact ended up being a little high. Bang, he copped one right in the face as Gary Brown tried to take it away from him. Hey, Ruck, we talked a bit before about who might match up on Mitch Creek. You said the Bullets have got to make a statement to him early doors here, and they've thrown the rookie to him, Josh Bannon. Do you like that matchup?
I do like it, Liam, because I want to see what Bannon's made of. And right now, if he does a good job, you exponentially increase his confidence and his progress this season. We saw what he did last week against Tasmania, showing great signs. So I really like this move by Coach Justin Schuler.
A 22-year-old in his 4th game of NBL. Missed the first couple of games from that knee injury. Sobey tried to force that one inside, well read by Brown.
Oh, jeez.
There's a little bit feeling this one.
Stop, stop, I've got you. I've got you. Stop, Alan. Alan.
Well, there's some tension in the air. Started with Alan Williams, and then the heavy contact with Brown, and here's Sobey just making sure Will Cummings didn't get anything extra at the rim.
It's just showing how much this game means to both teams. Both starting to feel with confidence, win some games, and these games during this middle part of the season are so important towards the end of the year. 5 fouls between the two teams in 2 minutes. It's a bit scrappy.
So they are going to review this contact from Nathan Sobey, clearly after the whistle. Just seeing there's some unnecessary contact around the shoulder and head.
Yeah, left arm would be the
Alan
part in
Williams was
question.
quick to point it out after he probably felt he had a soft call at the other end. He's making sure the referees are aware.
Thank you. Easy. Okay, the first foul is on 20 blue for a blocking foul. The second one is an unsportsmanlike foul on blue 20, 2 inside.
Wow, so he copped 2. It's not like the first one got upgraded.
It's 2 different
An
ones.
original foul on Sobey and then a second unsportsmanlike. He's on 2 fouls now, and Justin Schuler's going to sub him out of the game.
So plenty of feeling. Sobey's going to sit, as you said, 2 fouls. Will Cummings already picked up a couple. Alan Williams has got one.
And the play continues after the whistle, and he grabs him around the head.
Now, Rowdy, how much of that do you think goes back to the Alan Williams unsportsmanlike earlier, where, despite what you said, I think he clearly saw Sobey in front of him and wanted to establish a little bit of physicality early in the game. And then Sobey feels like, you know what, I think I need to go on with things a little bit down the other end.
Yeah, unfortunately, it probably was a reaction to that. They both weren't a heap of contact, I guess, in it, but according to the rules and protecting players, they've probably two of the right calls, but I'm now wondering who from Brisbane is going to step up and lead the scoring. Because it's a very unique lineup they've got going on at the moment.
Now we'll get to Derek Rucker first. What's the feeling like in the building, Derek?
Well, it's very high, but there was a little thing that happened after that foul earlier in the game between Brown and Bannon. Sauce Williams really was emotive in his clapping, and the referees gave him a little bit of a talking to. But I think that really amped up the tension, and now this is where we are. Brisbane in a little bit of trouble early with Sovion foul trouble.
Williams misses the bread and butter for him. So we can just settle into some basketball. Clean a 10 start. McDaniel draws another foul. That's going to be 2 on Sauce.
Wow, okay, so Cummings on 2, Sobey on 2, and now Alan Williams on 2 personals. The whistles flying left, right, and centre early doors, and some big names racking up fouls.
It's already 5 fouls for the Phoenix. Daniel will go to the stripe.
What?
Knocks down both.
Well, big opportunity for the Bullets the rest of the way of this next 7.5 minutes of the bonus.
So does it change the way you approach the first quarter if you're the Brisbane Bullets, knowing that they're already in foul trouble, Phoenix?
I think it should, as Creaky does what Creaky does.
Points down?
Yeah, attacking the rookie and just giving him a little bit of a teaser of what may be to come. But here's a Harvey Norman replay. Just Creek, bit of miscommunication, gets a step, and he's so good at drawing contact and getting that shot up. And he can shoot a right hand, left hand. And he's got nice soft touch for the M1.
He's going to have the strength advantage. But back to the Bullets, Liam, should they be looking to be obviously a bit more aggressive now?
I mean, Justin Schuller wants them to play like that anyway. He wants them to attack the rim. Norton getting downhill, getting it inside to the big fellas. So just need to maintain that rage as now Brisbane pick up their 4th foul. So it's bonus for both teams throughout the rest of the corner with 7 minutes to play.
And that's the 3rd bullet that's gone down. We saw Sobey early. We saw Bannon go down, and now Harrison slow to get to his feet. So this is physical. And instead of turning to Aaron Baines, Justin Schuller has turned to the rookie, Rocco Zakarsky, to check in.
Well, this is a great time for young Rocco to get some minutes and continue to build upon the form he's shown. But 2 big offensive rebounds there for the Phoenix, and Craig Moeller creating extra possessions. Now stepping to the free throw line, and both teams in the bonus with 7 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first quarter. I'd expect plenty of heads down, driving to the lane, trying to get to the free throw line and get yourself some easy scores. Oh boy.
Burgers.
And Burgers are early.
There's the Coburg calm. Make sure you get the app, get those free cheeseburgers. That's all happening inside the first 5 minutes of this one.
Phoenix have gone to a zone. I'm not sure how many times we've seen that start this season.
Well, as Bannon now draws a foul, couldn't finish his work on a couple of occasions.
Strong work from Josh Bannon down low. He's he's an intangibles guy, very skilled. That guy can play the 4, the 3, and can operate inside and out. But he also just has some hustle about him. Sticks with the play there, draws the foul, gets himself to the free throw line.
And what I've noticed in the other games, he just gets to the right spots, sort of reads the rebounds, where it's probably going to land, but as a cutter as well, off Sobey's drives, being able to find the open space, get himself some easy buckets to get himself going, and nice little mid-range jump shooter too.
He's the one guy who's picked up 2 early personals that the coaches are leaving out there. Cummings got a little extra run for a little while there, but Bannon, the rookie, got a couple of extra possessions with the 2 fouls, and now he checks out and DJ Mitchell comes in.
Is he another one of these young Aussies, Liam, that's not out of the realm as a possibility to potentially head over and play in the NBA?
Well, he's draft eligible as the Bullets take it away. He's draft eligible out of the University of Montana, and geez, didn't he really impress last week as McDaniel can't finish over Creek.
Here's Brown, talking about putting the head down. He certainly did that. He's lost a bit of control, but Moeller was there to mop it up. And now Creek also looking to put the head down. Couldn't finish. So Norton, DJ Mitchell, Zakarski, McDaniel, and Chris Smith, the import, out on the floor. Already made some changes. Smith couldn't get the friendly bounce.
Benio picks up the personal here, and it's all created by DJ Mitchell, just crashing the glass. You know, just making a nuisance of himself. As the shot goes up, you see, watch Ben Air just grab. He locks Mitchell up. Geez, looking at it there, not a lot in it, but Mitchell, just by virtue of being around and putting himself in the mix, gets a trip to the free throw line.
Let's get back down courtside, Derek Rucker.
And I think this is a great time for Brisbane to show the patience that they exemplified last weekend and use Phoenix's energy and their hyperactivity against them. Move the ball, force them to make defensive errors, then capitalize. That's how Brisbane can be successful.
Now Brisbane going into a zone. We're seeing a little bit of everything to start off this game. Fouls, defense, changing it up, some unique lineups, and I thought he might have got on the offensive board, and plenty of fouls, unfortunately, but great effort there to stay involved in the play. Both ends, it's more the blue-collar stuff that's getting it done. Getting offensive rebounds, creating second shots, and junking things up defensively.
We just saw the length of Zakarski. It's helped stop the shot from Gary Brown. Are you surprised they've chosen Zakarski instead of Aaron Baines with this physical start to the game?
Well, to be honest, I actually thought Baines was going to come straight back into the starting lineup. With Alan Williams as the matchup, the strength and physicality of Aaron Baines, but that's not how it is. He gives the thumbs up. He's okay with it. And it was Harrison, now Zakarski, and Baines tonight in his return game is the third-string centre.
Ruben Tarangi checks in for some minutes for the Phoenix. Ben Air, Kajak Gak, Brown and Creek. There is Zakarski. Good ball movement.
Throw it down, big fella.
Like a proud dad sitting next to me. It's great to see.
Throw it down. No more layups up there.
Yeah, what is he, 7'4"?
And this right there, that's an interesting possession. That's where Rocco needs to be a little bit more controlled and disciplined is the word I'm looking for. And wait for Ben Air to come up with it. Don't go down and try to strip it out of the little fella. Stay up high, stay vertical, and send it away up the top.
Yeah, it's either he's going to block the shot or he's going to change the angle.
And Brady, take a look at that stat at the bottom of the screen there. Ben Air, three-point percentage this season, shooting at 70%.
He'd be pretty happy with that, I think. Just a lazy 70% from three. And on plenty of attempts too. This is not a 2 or 3 sort of season. He's been really on fire and a real spark plug for them off the bench. And we're talking about these early MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year is not out of the realm for Ben.
Absolutely. A real breakout. He's had the 16 points the last time these teams met a couple of weeks ago, just in 19 minutes.
Yeah, the Phoenix have just got guys who are hyper-productive in short amount of minutes. We spoke about Alan Williams, obviously Ben Air, and Creek just puts up points and stats as he's playing along, but they've got a real good balance. They've got some real high-level players, but I'm liking the start from Brisbane. Junking up, the scrappy suits them a little bit better with their defense and being able to create extra shots.
Daniel continued to be aggressive. Zakarski couldn't quite finish his good work. Now Ben Air finds Creek. He's also shooting at a good clip from long range. Decides not to go on that occasion. Wants to get down low. Working over Smith. Draws the foul again. And almost, that's another chance for a three-point play.
I like that. I like that, though. The offense has been scrappy. It's been up and down. They haven't found any rhythm. What's the one thing? Usually it'd be a big source they'd go to in the paint, but find something that you can get a good shot, draw another foul, and here he comes. Big Baines. So as Alan Williams checks back in as well, we finally get to see the matchup we've all been waiting for.
A little bit of respect from the two, just a little tap on the backside before they go at it.
Meanwhile, we've seen 14 fouls called in the first 5.5 minutes here. And before anybody puts that on the refs, for me, so far, that's on the players. There's been just a lot of excess physicality as both teams try to impose their will on the start of the game. And guys fouling in situations where they just need to be a little bit more solid.
Yeah, as you said, undisciplined, just putting your hands in, a little too aggressive as Bain gets one.
Oh,
Big Sauce meets him at the rim. So that's the one where you meet him up high, where we saw Rocco trying to steal the ball from down low, and Baines gets it right back.
Well, it was 1-0 to Source, and now it's 1-all. And that is Alan Williams' third personal. So that is huge.
Wow, for a guy who has been dominating proceedings for the Phoenix the last 3 games. Comes in outstanding form. Here it is, the roll man. Baines slides back across, reads it like a book, and takes it right down the numbers.
Speaking of numbers, you'll notice that Alan Williams is wearing the number 50 tonight. I believe that his number 15, the Indigenous jersey, didn't quite fit him. So he's had to go to the spare. It hasn't worked for him so far in this one. And another foul is called.
Another indisciplined, unnecessary foul. Just a simple push in the back, and Baines, he's a veteran. He's been around a long time. Simple 2 hands in the back. He's gonna sell a little bit, but that foul's there all the time. And as you said, Liam, this is not on the refs, the amount of fouls. It's on the players and their undisciplined acts to start.
Ruck, what are you seeing down there? That's now 16 fouls here in the first 6 minutes. We're talking about the players are to blame here. What are you seeing courtside?
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone's playing with high energy. It's a very intense atmosphere in here. Both teams realize the importance of the game, so this is to be expected. Now, somebody's got to find some poise and some composure and execute defensively and stop fouling. Also, Tyrell Harrison took an elbow to the hip, so he's in a bit of a state at the moment.
Well, even Mike Kelly just got a behavioural warning, as well as Ben Air continuing on his fine form. Talk about finding some composure. Both coaches have gone to their benches. There's only one starter on the floor for both teams, and that is Sam McDaniel. The rest are all benches now. Vague and Isaac White exchange some words.
Yeah, well, with all the fans. Now, this is a perfect example. What's Reece Vague doing here? I mean, is there any desire at all to get down in a stance, Rowdy, slide your feet and play some defense?
Oh, no. He might have another injury here.
Let's go check Gack.
Hopefully that's not the ankle that's been, looks to have the, not the taping, but the bracing on. So hopefully that's not a reoccurrence of his ankle problems that he's been dealing with since the start of the season. That he doesn't seem to be able to put too much pressure on it. I didn't see what actually happened during the play, but yeah, getting back to that foul, it's just sloppy and lack of a defensive transition. Getting back and stay in front of your man, squaring him up, and everyone should be aware of all the foul problems going on. Let's try and keep our hands out, keep some players on the floor.
We spoke about Ben Air providing a bit of energy off the bench for the Phoenix. Isaac White's done the same this season, averaging 8.5 points in just 13 minutes. Coming off the bench for the Bullets, the former Jack jumper. And they lead by 3. You surprised, Liam, no coach has called a timeout just to settle the charges down and have a word?
Yeah, particularly with what we've seen with all the fouling, but I guess the fact that it's happening both ways, they're rolling with it. Great defensive effort there from DJ Mitchell.
Energy's good from the Bullets, and this will raise the roof. The big banger knocks down a triple.
And what's great, Brisbane continue with that full court pressure. They're getting up, changing the speed of the game to suit them. And Baines, how about that? The confidence and the nerves will be gone after that. A couple of free throws to get him settled, and then steps into transition 3.
And they go straight back down to the big fella. He had the mismatch on Ben Air.
I've mozzed him. I have mozzed him.
He thought he was closer to the rim.
Now the Phoenix just try and settle into some rhythm as Tarangi. Good finish.
And he could be really important tonight with the fouls to Phoenix's guards. A player who can do a little bit of everything, can score off the bounce. Has been shooting the ball really well. Continued on for his off-season with the New Zealand national team as a beautiful high-low. That's just a little bit of... oh, gosh.
Well, there's plenty happening. Derek Rucker, let's get back down to you at courtside. What's the latest?
And now, as we see, Aaron Baines has done something to his foot, and now he is going to hobble off the floor. Gorjak Dak has gone back to the change room. I seriously doubt if we'll see him again tonight. So now the Phoenix are kind of back in the mix again now that Baines has gone down. We've got a lot of big men hobbling. Williams has got foul trouble. It could turn into up and down, guys, small ball.
What a wild first quarter this has been. All the fouls, the injuries. You got the Phoenix now. You know, Williams has the 3 fouls. Gack, the backup center, is out. So Reese Vague is playing as the undersized 5-man right now. And this first quarter has had a little bit of everything around it.
It really has, and I was speaking to a few of the Phoenix boys and physios during the week. They were down in Hoop City, quick little plug. But they were all excited about finally having some healthy pieces and guys playing well, and obviously Gack going down now, and Brisbane, although Harrison's back in the game, which is good to see, a little banged up.
Tarangi way off the mark. Of course, Nathan Sobey's just played 2 minutes with a couple of fouls, which was actually what we saw from him against the Jack Jumpers before he came out and had 28 in the remaining 3 quarters. So maybe Shaw was going to the same playbook for Sobey. He'll spend the rest of this quarter on the bench, you would think, as Creek pulls down another rebound. And then just pulls up. None of 5 from long range for the Phoenix in this first quarter.
Well, the offense has dried up, but they're doing a good job defensively, the Phoenix, with this undersized lineup of just battling down low and making things tough for the Brisbane bigs.
Here's White, good defense from Kenyon. Tarangi just a little bit hesitant to let it fly after his last attempt, pulls it out. And now Cummings will get to the basket. He couldn't finish. Brisbane shooting at just 21% from the field. Melbourne at 37%. There's been 18 fouls in this first quarter. There's been injuries, there's been some tension. It sets up for a good contest as Harrison, continuing on his good form, gets a bucket.
And it's time for Brisbane Bigs to take over. Big Sauce not probably going to play this quarter. I would suspect maybe not the first half. They've got the size, they've got the strength mismatches. They need to dominate the offensive boards, finish around the paint, get themselves some easy ones while they wait for Sobey to come back in.
And I think it's a great point. And Creek, meanwhile, is trying to impose his will. He knows that he's got Cummings with a couple of fouls, and he's got Sauce out. Guys are going down. He's trying to make sure he imposes himself. But it's a great point you make about the offensive class. It doesn't mean you have to pound it into the big fellas, but you've really got to start to dominate on the offensive glass.
Let's get back down courtside. Derek Rucker.
Hey, guys, every time Creek touches the ball, I'm going to double on the catch. There's no way I'm going to let him influence this game with no Allen Williams. I'm taking him out of it and making Cummings or Brown beat me, because this is the guy that's going to, you can feel him trying to take over right now. He understands the position of the game.
Just going about his business just effectively this season, Mitch Creek. Maybe not as dominant as previous years, but still top 10 in the league for rebounds and points. Yeah, at a really efficient clip as well.
He's playing well, but I think we've just come to expect so much from Creek, and he's still putting up some huge numbers that anyone else in the league you'd be, that is a nice stroke from outside. But getting back to Creek, those numbers, anyone would be happy with those, but we've come to expect so much that I almost feel like it's a little underwhelming what he's produced, but expect for him to have a big night and see if they can get something good at the end of the quarter.
And this will be the final play of the quarter. It's Brown putting on a little magic, and a nice way to end what has been, well, plenty happening in the first quarter of basketball. There's been fouls galore, there's been tension, there's been injuries, and there's been some good play. Sauce Williams in foul trouble. Big Banger knocked down a triple. Stay with us, plenty more to come. It's the Brisbane Bullets leading the South East Melbourne Phoenix by 3 points.
Take that ball inside wizards, and I will never try and hit a layup again with my opposite hand.
Oh, there was plenty of action in the first quarter. There was plenty of fouls. There was plenty of physicality. And at times it was slightly messy and a bit of tension as well. But there were also some important threes that got made. Aaron Baines hit one, and we are excited to welcome the Mitsubishi Motors back this season. And fans are celebrating in stadium with the Mitsubishi Motors three-pointer, the foam hands. A range of prizes are up for grabs every week, including a brand new Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. As Aaron Baines sits to start the second quarter, it's the Bullets leading by 3 points and somewhat of a unique first quarter lead.
It was bizarre. You just never know what you're going to get. You know, when you tune in and they throw the ball up, you just don't know what a game or a first quarter is going to provide. That one was bizarre. 19 fouls called, 29 free throws were taken in that first quarter. 12 different people shot from the free throw line. The Bullets had 10 different scorers. And we've got a one-possession game.
And I'm glad both teams learnt their lesson, a foul inside the first 10 seconds to start the second quarter. So this might continue. Mike Kelly goes to Cummings, Brown, Reese Fague, Moller and Williams.
I was just about to say, big call putting Big Sauce Alan Williams straight back in with 3 fouls. He's going to have to be very careful for the rest of this quarter.
So clearly we're going to see a more tempered effort from Alan Williams. Is that fair to say? He has to just play slightly more circumspect, or do you still expect him to play the same way?
I think he just plays the same way either way. It's just more about keeping his hands out, not overselling any of his physicality for the offensive rebounds, but he is who he is.
And I think if you're the Bullets, you make sure that he is involved in everything at the defensive end. You put him in all the ball screen actions. You make sure you make a focus of finding the roll man so he has to contest around the rim. Don't let him get away with being out there and not defending.
Brown's long on that shot. Mitch Creek starting on the bench this quarter. He's playing the least minutes that he has played in his time at the Phoenix. He's got some more support. And they've been in good form, as we said. They've won their last 4. The Bullets, after that 4-game losing streak, were able to win back-to-back games last weekend against Perth and Tassie. And McDaniel's been an important piece in that revival, been in the starting lineup, and he's been good.
No, he has been good. Both ends of the floor, particularly defensively these last couple of games last weekend. He was a real key contributor.
Here's Brown again. Going to put some moves on the experienced Mitch Norton. Call for the travel.
Just forcing it the last few offensive possessions, Brown. A few tough shots. Almost lost the ball as he was trying to draw a foul. And then a turnover this possession. They need to find some continuity on offense, find some easy shots, and probably get Will Cummings involved, get the ball in his hands, and get him open for some good looks.
Sobey still sitting for the Bullets. Has been by far their best player this year is Harrison. Able to get the easy bucket under the basket.
And that's one big source. You know, usually probably try and contest a little bit more, try and meet him at the rim, but cautious with those 3 fouls.
Harrison got the 6 points, go with 4 rebounds. As we said, really stepped up in the absence of Aaron Baines and was terrific in that 4th quarter against the Wildcats. Now they get another turnover, and Smith, it'll be fortunate, but it'll do. He sees the funny side of it. That might end up on Santa's watching, and they lead by 9 points.
Well, it found its way there, didn't it? And this is that previous possession, Rowdy, where they did what they needed to do, Brisbane. Put Alan Williams with the 3 fouls in the ball screen coverages. Attack him, make sure he's involved. He's a little tentative down there, and then the big fella can finish over the top. And then Harrison, quick hands down the other end. A little pinball as they try to push the ball ahead, and Chris Smith able to finish. The Bullets now out by 9.
And Mike Kelly wanting the snooze timeout. Just wants to have a chat to his troopers. Of course, we know it is Indigenous round, and every team has a specially designed jersey. We can take out the Brisbane Bullets there, the artist Zoe Raymond. So the design centres around the connection to country, but it features symbols that represent the players, the community, and the surrounding landscapes of Brisbane. They do such a good job, and all the players get educated understand the meanings behind them. And the Southeast Phoenix jersey, artist Kate Budgeon, and the story of the jersey has two components, the bungil and the background. The bungil is the creator of the people of the Kulin Nation, and the background of the kangaroo prints, representing the forward direction of the club after the appointment of new coach Mike Kelly. So well done to everybody involved.
Yeah, great stuff. And you can see there, it was really cool to see the NBL, WNBL Indigenous rounds launched together during the week. And yeah, I mean, it's just a fantastic thing that the league does. Shout out to some of the OGs of the Indigenous round. The Townsville Crocs, the original Indigenous jersey, the Illawarra Hawks, they had the Indigenous game. That was all, those couple of things were part of what really lit the fire to grow into such a terrific celebration of Indigenous culture that we celebrate in this country.
Mike Kelly's gone straight back to his star, Mitch Creek, and he gets Williams involved.
23! Simple offensive play, tack through the high post against the 2-3 zone, and Big Sauce, we mention it again and again with his floater. He's got great touch.
Harrison, again, helping himself to another couple under the basket. He's got a game-high 8.
As he should. He's can be as physical and as aggressive as he wants. Alan Williams is not going to take fouls. And Creek was trying to draw one offensively.
Might have been a warning on Creek at one end as Smith picks up the foul the other.
Push! Push!
Was a flop warning.
No, fair enough too. You try to draw the charge on Tyrell Harrison. And you're right, Rowdy. As Sobey comes back in, first time we've seen him since he picked up those two fouls. Easy flop call. Just wanted to draw the offensive foul. And right now it's time for Tyrell Harrison to eat. Give him the ball down low, let him go to work, and make sure you're getting involved on the offensive glass.
It's been an issue for him from the free throw line this year.
So the excitement. And not just him. They're at 8 of 16. They're 8 of 16 from the free throw line tonight. Lots of points just being left at the free throw line, and we know Creaky, he'll figure it out, but I buzzed another one. He almost airballed. That's very uncharacteristic, but Brisbane, we've seen it a few times now. They're the first one on the floor. They're getting all the loose balls. They're playing with, it may be a little bit scrappy, but all the intensity, it really means a lot. As Sobey just walked straight into a three. How about that after sitting for a few minutes?
Didn't bother Sobey. He was left alone, and he made the Phoenix pay, and they're out to a game-high 12-point lead. Take a look at the replay. Brown didn't commit.
This is way too much space. You know, the second leading scorer in the league. You got to pay him more respect than that.
So we spoke about the form of the Phoenix winning their last 4. They'd only been outscored in 3 quarters of their last 16 in that winning streak. So they haven't been challenged too much.
Again, on the floor. First on the floor. Watch out, big fella.
They go straight back to Harrison. Then he's setting the Joyner Lights. 10 points. He's on fire, and the crowd are up and about.
And they're walking all over him right now, the Bullets. Their energy is high. They're getting on the floor. This is what you're talking about, Rowdy. First guy to the floor. First time it was Harrison. Now it's Sam McDaniel. And Tyrell Harrison forgot who he was for a moment and then said, yep, throw it to me up top. Bullets all of a sudden out by 14, and things are getting out of hand for the Phoenix.
And it might be even worse. Derek Rucker, have you got an injury update, Uncle Jack Gack?
Well, Jack will no longer play in this game. He's got a calf injury. That's a tough one. It'll take some time to come back from that. But Justin Schuler must be so pleased with the defensive effort in this game, especially since the quarter-time break. They've really throttled the Phoenix offensively.
Make a great point, and it's the guard play. McDaniels, Norton, really locking up Phoenix's 2 dynamic import guards, and Creaky, he's been effective, but he hasn't been making them pay at the free throw line.
And now Norton. Just rimmed out. Real opportunity for the Bullets to put the foot down. They go to Williams, draws the foul. Disappointed he couldn't finish his work.
See, that's where the Bullets, man, you've got to reward the big fella. Harrison's going to check out right now, but he was way ahead of Alan Williams in transition there. So you got to power it into it and punish Alan Williams for being slow to get back. Really good minutes from Harrison. Checks out with a game-high 10 points to go with 5 rebounds.
Baines will check back in, resume his battle with Alan Williams.
Yeah, good to see whatever happened with his leg getting tangled up earlier hasn't affected him. He's back on the floor and, again, look to pick up from where Tara Harrison has left off, being physical, dominating in the paint, getting some easy buckets, and we know Baines can step out and shoot threes if need be as well. But a little bit of change in defensive pressure for the Phoenix, getting up in the court, now dropping back into a 2-3 zone.
Here's Sobey. 10 different scorers for the Bullets so far in this one. And Sobey, their #1 scorer, is starting to warm up.
Former teammates going at each other there. Sobey and Creek, of course, went to the 2018 Grand Final Series together as Brown finishes at the rim. And I like this change-up, Rowdy, for the Phoenix. You know, the game's getting out of hand. You've got to switch something up. The zone caused them issues last week against New Zealand, and it's just sort of changed the tempo of the game a little bit here midway through the second.
It definitely has. And how about on the last, it's Bannon. He's been really effective in that mid-range, hitting those little mid-range jump shots. But how about last possession? Sobey posting up Creaky. Usually we see it the other way. Creaky getting the mismatch, but as Sauce does what he does better than anybody in this league. Draw fouls, force and one opportunities. And he's got that soft touch.
You're standing right here. Why can't you call it?
Take on the replay.
And this is where the Bullets are getting the raw end of things here from Alan Williams after not picking up that fork on him earlier. You can't have a guy running around there in the first half on 3 fouls and not put him under all kinds of pressure. Now, they did it a little. He's done a good job of avoiding that 4th foul, and now he's starting to get a little busy at the offensive end.
And that could be why they're drawn to the zone, just to protect him. He's not really guarding anybody in the zone. He can sit in the middle, get on the rebounds, keep vertical base when he's contesting guys that come in the rim, but keeps him away from sort of Baines and playing one-on-one and playing out the defense out of the pick and roll where it can be attacked. And those little guys love to get in the big guy's legs and draw fouls.
Well, rebounding being a factor here. Rebounding the Southeast Melbourne by 7. They were out-rebounded by 11 in that game in round 4. Alan Williams dominated on the glass. They got all the second chance points, and that is going to be the 4th foul on Alan Williams. He's begging for Mike Kelly to review it. This is huge, Liam.
Well, he's furious. He can't believe he's been so focused on not picking up that 4th foul. Here's the dribble handoff right here. The fight over on defense from Isaac White, and he pivoted. He twisted on that action there, Alan Williams, and I don't think Mike Kelly will have no desire to review that, and Williams will sit down with 4 personals.
He just never got set, and that was really smart. Obviously by Isaac White, knew who it was, knew that he wasn't quite set, but did take a hit. I wouldn't say he fell over. He definitely got clipped by Big Sauce, and that's huge. 4 fouls in the first half. Now they've got to go to the makeshift lineup that they really struggle with during Sauce's absence of being undersized. And Baines, almost gets it there, but should be dominating inside, getting all the rebounds.
Down by 13, the Phoenix, they're going to need to rely on Creek. And he's done it plenty of times before, and he might be the man.
Yeah, why not? Why not, Creaky? You love coming up to Brisbane. There's not many places Creaky doesn't play well, but it seems especially up here, he really relishes the warm weather, and he's going to have to put in big performance with all the foul trouble that the rest of his teammates have.
Here's Sobey looking to be aggressive. And draws another foul. It's the 25th foul combined in the first half.
That's clever from Sobey. He knows that, you're getting rewarded for putting your head down and attacking here. Nobody guarding Mitch Creek. And he's shooting over 40% from 3. You got to make sure you find him in here. Sobey just saying, well, I'm going to get in on the attack. I'm going to drop my shoulder, get into the lane, get myself to the free throw line.
Let's get back down courtside. Derek Rucker.
And Ryan, you would understand as an outstanding scorer, this is the type of game you love when the refs are calling it like this, because you just use that ball when the time comes, you create contact, and everything is so touchy right now. At the worst, you're going to go to the free throw line and shoot too.
Yeah, I'm looking at Creaky and Sobey really take advantage of that. Use the outside shot as a way to open yourself up. Use some shot fakes, use some fakes, sit down low in the post, and just keep attacking the rim. The fouls are getting called. They're there tonight. players have been a little undisciplined, but a great way to keep your scoring ticking over. I like being called a scorer in my time. I haven't been called that too often, so thanks, Ruck.
Moller trying to get in on the act. He can knock down a triple, and they needed that. Ben Ayres trying to pump them up. A timeout is called. They get back within 9 points, and they're not going to go away in the Southeast Phoenix.
Couple of knockdowns from long range, and all of a sudden we're back to a single-digit game. So how quickly it can change. Justin Shaw wants to talk about it, say, hey, fellas, we got him. They're on the floor, they're bleeding out. We've just got to crack the neck.
We spoke about Indigenous round and how significant this is. Jackie Dover, the referee today, refereeing the game, has an Indigenous background. We just get a little tease because of the full-time feature at half-time. Let's just take a listen.
I'm a proud Kumba Mary woman from the Yugambeh language people. Indigenous round for me is a really great opportunity for us to celebrate culture, to educate by celebration, and to create awareness that people can learn more and can always learn more.
We'll see the extended version at half-time. There is Jackie Dover, been busy tonight, as have all the referees.
Great stuff. Terrific official, Jackie Dover, proud Indigenous woman, and spent last year in the States as part of the NBA referee development program. Great to have her for this season, at least, back in the NBL, doing a great job.
The Bullets still leading by 9. They led by 3 at quarter time, so it's been an impressive second term. There's Alan Williams, the big story. 4 fouls for him.
I wonder what he's thinking. Is he thinking 4 fouls, or I reckon Leonard Copeland might be bringing an egg to NBL overtime this week.
I'm thinking about the whoever it was that was in charge of getting the right jersey and not having the right one. Can he use that?
They're in big trouble.
Someone's going to get a little word. He's not wearing the 15. I think he might put it down to that.
I'm not sure if he's superstitious, man, but he'll let him know for sure.
He said, you cost me an egg.
Smart by Brisbane. Attacking in low, using Bain's size and physicality, and finishes around the rim.
Not all the scoring power on the floor for the Phoenix. They're going to have to rely on Creek and Ben Ayres, you would think. Ben Ayres playing his 50th NBL game tonight. We're going to put some moves on. Aaron Baines gets by and then thought he was fouled. And he's going to get a technical foul. And he gave a bit of lip to Jackie Dover.
We have a technical foul, green 10. One shot.
Well, he marched right past Aaron Baines right here. Thought he copped a foul, and then he was right up in Jackie Dover's face, telling her all about it.
When you're spinning off your layup and you come right into my face and yell in my face a centimetre away, that is not okay.
The key word being spinning off my layup, I turned you right there, because I'm like, hey, I stopped myself. I stopped myself.
You just went to say what you said. Okay, let's go.
Sobe. Take the technical.
Blue.
Well handled by Jackie Dover.
Just here, guys.
Tough job being a referee. Yeah. It's a tough night, and emotions are high on both sides. Important game, but you can't do that. You can't get that close up into the referee's face, and a fair enough call. And look, there's been lots of fouls, but I think the referees have been pretty solid tonight. Which is tough coming from a player, because I'm used to the. I'm always right. Refs are wrong, but they've done a good job of controlling it after a tense first few minutes.
Let's see if we get some good basketball to finish this final 2.5 minutes. Can Brisbane look to extend their 12-point lead? Shot clock ticking down. Norton going to let it fly. Short. And he'll get it back, though. This is another attempt. And they'll get a third crack at it. Norton again. Surely this time.
The Bullets love it. Timeout, Southeast Melbourne. Just absolutely beasting them on the offensive glass. There's no bigs out there. No Alan Williams, no Gorjok Gak. Vastly undersized, and they're just grabbing all the boards. It bounces out to Norton, can't hit. Bannon gets all over it. They kick it out, move the ball around. And finally, Mitch Norton cashes in.
It was the second chance points that were so costly against Brisbane last time they played. They've been able to turn the tables. They're out rebounding Phoenix. They get their big man back, and they're in good shape.
Yeah, they're just outworking Phoenix on both ends of the floor, getting after the offensive rebounds, diving on the floor, creating second chance points as we look at the Mitsubishi Motors three-point leaders. And of course, our man Chris Golding,
He's
number one.
He won't get caught, will he? Can anyone overtake him, you think?
No, not a chance. I don't think anyone gets the volume that he does, but he's just in fine form. He's aging like a fine wine as well.
Yeah, a couple of jack jumpers up there as well. So what do they need to do? Liam, how can Phoenix just try and peg back this margin? 15 points, they want to try and get it to single digits, you would think, at halftime?
Yeah, I think they need to be disruptive. We've seen them go back into the zone. That worked a little while. I think they need to be disruptive. Put a whole bunch of ball pressure on, pressure up the floor. If it's a half-court grind and it's played around the rim, the Bullets are going to walk away with this one.
Yeah, that was my thought too. They've got an undersized lineup, get up, change the pace of the game, get up defensively, cause some problems, use their speed, switching lineups, try something different, because right now, Brisbane look comfortable on the offensive end.
Let's get back down courtside to Derek Rucker.
In that timeout, Coach Schuler was full of praise for Aaron Baines' defensive effort on the other end as the Bullets scrap hard. But this is one thing that the Bullets were going to need. Aaron Baines' defensive presence and experience as an air ball is launched up, and that's just a wild possession from the Phoenix. Great defense by the Bullets. And right now, guys, we talked about composure and poise. The Bullets found it first, and that's why they're in front.
There's Rocco Zikarsky telling Justin Schuller, hey, just quietly, I'd love to get out there. there's no bigs. Bangers beasting around the hoop, and hey, if you want another big fella, I'm right here ready to go.
Oh, no.
We tick down to the final minute 30 of this first half. Really, been momentarily in control of the Brisbane Bullets. Mitchell, haven't seen much of him so far tonight. And that's a nice mid-ranger for DJ Mitchell.
Confidence. He's playing confidently in the offensive end, playing free. Difficult shot, but when confidence is sky high, you feel like you can make anything.
Game high 17-point lead now. It's slipping away from South East Melbourne. Still plenty of time. Nolan knocked one down moments ago and then follows it up with an air ball. And the Bullets are looking to put the foot down. White! Clever finish. And it's a big lead now. Good find from Gary Brown.
Smart by Creek.
Just their 7th assist, though, in this game. They are ranking last in the competition, just under 13 a game.
Just caught the defense napping, knew there was no protection around the rim. Hard cut back door.
Just knowing that Brisbane are playing physical, playing aggressive, trying to get up and in. Just gets himself an easy one as Baines. They attack back in. That pick and roll, hitting that big man. They're getting whatever they want inside right now.
He's up to an equal game high, 11 points. Aaron Baines, 4 from 8 from the field in his return, 3 rebounds. Couple of fouls. Here's Brown looking to go solo. And just to finish the half, we get one more foul. Why not? Make it 27.
Here's the Harvey Norman replay. DJ Mitchell, the fade away along the baseline. Isaac White, good poise here. The deceleration and the double clutch finish. And then the following possession was Aaron Baines around the cut. No surprise, it's Baines and Harrison combined for 21. The two guys in double figures here for the Bullets. Zikarsky's arguments ended up getting the job done there with Justin Schuller.
3.4. They put an extra half a second on the clock for him too, but
hey, every second counts, right?
It really does. This is all learning for him. Really impressive by Brisbane first half.
10 different scorers, the Brisbane Bullets. They've done it by committee. Nathan Sobey with 9. So the final shot of the half. Let's see Rocco's range from half court. Not quite. He got his chance, but a dominant first half by the Brisbane Bullets. That is a big halftime lead. 17 points at home. We've spoken about the South East Melbourne away record. It's been an issue for them. They've won just 5 of 18 on the road going back to the start of last season, and they're up against it again here. They're going to need a big second half, and let's get down courtside. Derek Rucker has the big man, Aaron Baines, with him.
Aaron, great first half from you, 11 points, a few rebounds. How good does it feel to be back?
Oh, it's better being in the building than out of it, for sure.
And what did you like about that first half? You obviously made a great offensive contribution, but Coach Schuler was quite happy with your defense.
Yeah, you know, that's what we need as a group, is our defensive intent. Yeah, I think I lost my bearings a little bit on offense a couple of times, so, you know, I'll put that into account of not being on the court for a little bit.
And how's your conditioning feeling? You're looking pretty good. You're moving up and down well.
Oh, yeah, you know, I think a couple of comments about being a bit more cuddly, but just means I'm nicer to be around, right?
Okay, I'll take your word for it. See you.
Aaron Baines there, enjoying himself, and so he should be. They're in a good shape. The Brisbane Bullets, they lead the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix by 17 points. What can Mike Kelly and his coaching staff produce to get themselves back in the contest? Round 6, Hungry Jacks NBL. Stay with us.
Yeah, so my journey started as a young basketballer. So I grew up playing basketball. I moved up to Townsville when I was 15 to play high school up there, and joined the Townsville Flames NBL1 program. And then was briefly in the academy for a little bit there with the Fire. Refereeing started coming off injury from playing State League. I was a pretty good bench warmer, limited minutes, got out on the court and dislocated my shoulder the first game in my last year playing. And then I I just decided that I'd referee again. I reffed as a junior down on the Gold Coast just for like some pocket money. And then, yeah, started again when I injured during rehab, and it kind of just took off. So I stuck with it. And since then, I've been able to referee nationals, the NBL1, going on to the WNBL, NBL, and then had a stint over in a program with the NBA, which was pretty cool. But yeah, the refereeing journey came off a long time of playing basketball. The support that you have from your peers, the time that like you're on the court, you're under pressure, but then off the court, you're making friends. It's on the court, you've got the best seat in the house, but it's off the court, the people that you get to connect with, and now you've got friends that are really close and some of your best mates that you get to go out there on the floor with. What does being a great referee take? For me, I really think it comes down to communication and being a person. To de-escalate or get on top of things before it gets to that level is something that is definitely at the top of my list, outside of play calling and knowing your rules and getting calls right. That, I think, for me, is a key element to a great referee. I'm a proud Kumba Maori woman from the Yugambeh language people. Indigenous round, for me, is a really great opportunity for us to celebrate culture, to educate by celebration, and to create awareness that people can learn more and can always learn more.
Well, half-time at Nissan Arena, and a big second turn by the Brisbane Bullets sees them lead by 17 points at half-time. They're looking to make it 3 straight wins, and it's been the big men that have had the impact for them in the first half, hasn't it, Ryan Brockhoff, Liam Santa Maria? We'll take a look at the Hungry Jacks half-time highlights, and we know there's been a lot of fouls, but one man that has taken full advantage, you got the starting nod over Aaron Baines' return, was Tyrell Harrison. He'd been building nicely and he's delivered so far tonight.
Yeah, he's been playing well, took an early hit right there, but with Alan Williams in foul trouble, with Gorjok getting hurt, Tyrell Harrison went to work. So did Aaron Baines, the two big fellas playing very well for Brisbane, but Harrison in particular has been highly efficient. 10 first half points, making good decisions around the rim, and just doing it at a very, very efficient rate as well. Rowdy, Tyrell here shooting 5 of 6 on the Blackmore shot chart from the field.
And that's what you want to see from the big fella. You want him right at the paint, the nice easy ones, finish around the rim, get after the offensive rebound. And as you said, with Alan Williams dealing with foul trouble, Gorjak Gak injured unfortunately, it's really up to the Brisbane big guys to take control of this game and continue to manhandle Phoenix inside.
Yeah, 21 points combined for Harrison and Aaron Baines. You spoke about the foul trouble to Alan Williams being a big issue, but also the injury to Gorjak Gak. He missed the start of the season with an ankle injury. He's starting to build himself and play some good basketball, and then this innocuous incident. He just came off limping, and we believe it's a calf injury. Derek Rucker told us that he might have nicked a calf, so you'd expect that to maybe be a 2 to 3 week injury, and unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately, I dealt with some soft tissue injuries over the last couple of seasons, and the calf, they're a tricky one to get right. They're usually only a couple of weeks, but your rehab has to be really on point because it can be something that lingers on, and you just want him to get a good run of health.
So they're going to have to rely on Mitch Creek and Craig Moller to step up and play sort of down low.
And Reece Vague a little bit as well, and they're going to hope that Alan Williams can somehow play a big chunk of minutes in this second half on those 4 personals, because, you know, really that's been the deciding factor in the game so far, the lack of bigs for the Phoenix. They can't blame the refs. You know, the Brisbane have had more fouls caught on them. Southeast Melbourne have had more free throws. They've left 9 points on the free throw line, and the Bullets have just played better to this point.
Well, the NBL continues tomorrow night. Friday night basketball, a double-header, a couple of cracking games too. The New Zealand Breakers, aren't they desperate for a win? They host the Cairns Taipans. We believe maybe Jackson Cartwright could be a laid out. There's a watch on him. The Cairns Taipans, they get back Taron Armstrong and Tajir McCall, which is handy. And then we've got the Freeway Series, the Illawarra Hawks taking on the Sydney Kings. We saw Tyler Harvey do it again last week to break the Taipans' hearts. Can they try and build some momentum and take on the Sydney Kings that are also just trying to find their best basketball?
Yeah, they haven't quite found their rhythm offensively. DJ Ho, great to see him back after an extended time out, but it's an interesting slate of games tomorrow, and it's going to be good to watch.
Well, we'll learn about that tomorrow. We've still got a big second half here. Can Southeast Melbourne get themselves back into the contest? They're trailing by 17 points, of course. It is Indigenous round, and we are loving all the colour and celebrating the Indigenous culture and what they've contributed to our great game.
tailored to push the limits of up-and-coming basketball enthusiasts and refine their court abilities. The Brisbane Bullets development programs offer an engaging experience. These programs, led by accredited coaches, create a dynamic training environment that both supports and challenges young athletes, preparing them for competitive basketball. Explore further details today at brisbanebullets.com.au/community to discover how we can enhance your child's basketball journey. Be here in a couple of weeks' time, November 18th, round 8 against the Wildcats. We got the win over in the jungle. We want to repeat that here in this arena. BrisbaneBullets.com.au for tickets. Being joined by Sam Shaw, the man who's gunning to go to the Olympics next year, and he's taken a moment out of his rigorous training to come and watch the Bullets get a win here in this arena. How's all the training going so far? Yeah, it's good, very hard at the moment, but last next 8 months moving towards Paris. What is that involved? Early mornings, heating pools? Tell us about everything. 5:30 wake-ups every morning, every afternoon training, every sauna in the moment.
Third quarter, not far away here at Nissan Arena. Both teams back out on the floor. Here with Ryan Brockhoff, Liam Santa Maria, Liam Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, and Coach Mike Kelly. What do they need to do to get themselves back into it in this second half?
A lot, Joey. To start with, they've got to shoot the ball a little bit better. 30%, 3 of 10 from long range. And there's the 9 free throws they've left at the stripe as well, the 9 points they've left, Rowdy, and they're getting smashed on the glass. They've thrown the ball around the gym a little bit. That was an ugly first half of the Phoenix.
Yeah, not their best. Something that I'm sure they've talked about in the halftime break, and just finding their rhythm on offense. I think they struggled to find their rhythm, took some bad shots, and Brisbane were able to capitalise, get out in transition, and find easy baskets around the hoop. And the big fella's really dominating inside for Brisbane.
Yeah, they're doing everything better, aren't they, Brisbane? Out rebounding, Phoenix out shooting, and they're making their free throws. That's why they've got their big lead. Justin Shaw will be mighty pleased with what he's seen. Uncharacteristic for the Southeast Melbourne, coming into this game second in the competition for field goal percentage, and number 1 in the competition for three-point percentage, but just hasn't worked for them tonight.
And interesting to see here as we start the second half. They're in the zone, no surprise, because Alan Williams is out there with the 4 fouls, and they're going to look to protect him.
He has 4 fouls, and there's a host of players on the floor that have 2 fouls, but he's the only one in the big trouble. And they need to score with him on the floor. He needs to have an impact. Will Cummings just the 4 points. They give the handoff to Brown. Lost his footing a little bit. Good rejection. Sloppy turnover from Norton.
I don't think Norton saw Moller there. He threw it straight to him, but a bit of a sloppy start to the court for both teams. A Source, and real underrated, as creaky misses a bunny you expect him to make. But Source, a really underrated passer, averaging almost 3.5 assists per game for a big fella.
As Cummings knocks down his second triple.
And he needs to get going for them. Averaging double figures, one of their real creators, real spark plugs offensively. He's been held in check by the great backcourt defensive rotation.
Oh, wow.
Harrison, a nice little move under the basket.
Very nice. Looked his way with the spin, and then a little right-hand magic from Harrison underneath.
Cummings couldn't get that one to fall, but working hard, Alan Williams. So they do have plenty of scoring punch on the floor, Southeast Melbourne. They've got 4 players in the top 20 in the league in scoring, Liam. You mentioned it pre-game to us, 4 all averaging over 15 points. So if one of them is struggling, it can be someone else, can't they? They can share the load and who can do the scoring.
Oh, they've got plenty of guys who can score.
Have you grab a singlet? You've got to help us here, okay?
They're the only, now that's bizarre from Michael Allen. That was interesting. Now you can see they're the only team in the league, not only with 4 players in the NBL top 20 for scoring, but they're the only team in the league with 4 guys averaging 15 or more points per game. So the big 4 can certainly put points on the board. They've scored 95 or more in 5 of their 8 games, including their last 3 in a row. I don't think they're going to get there tonight, but they've got some guys who can score if they can keep them out there on the floor.
Well, they're all on the floor to start this third quarter.
And that was interesting to hear the official say to Alan Williams, first player that's half, you grabbed his jersey. You got to work with us here. And no whistle, he stays out there.
I think it was on a rebounding situation where Alan Williams got pushed in the back. And I think he's reached back and grabbed a little bit of jersey. So it might have been 2 fouls that they just let go and let slide.
Another unnecessary foul from the Phoenix there. The shot clock was down at inside 5 seconds. They weren't in a position to score. I think it was Will Cummings here that just couldn't help himself.
Yep, right there. No need to reach in. You've got him turning back out. Just be solid in that situation, and he picks up his 3rd personal.
Starting 5 for Brisbane Bullets back out in this half as Harrison continuing to dominate down low.
Just picked up where he left off the first half. They've gone into the zone. They've forced Source to step up on that mid-range shot the Bannon has hit regularly. It just leaves the big fella all by himself. As Moeller he's doing his best. He's playing a great role defensively, bringing some effort, getting up some rebounds and putting up a few points.
Harrison tried to be creative that time, didn't quite work. Now Moeller going the other way. Good defense. Mitch Norton.
Yeah, very good D from Norton. We're used to seeing that from the veteran. Here he is in transition. Good anticipation, takes the charge. Meanwhile, this Phoenix zone here to start the second half, it looks like it's taken the Bullets out of their rhythm a little bit offensively. Right courtside, what are you seeing from Brisbane at the offensive end?
And that's definitely the case, Liam. And in the halftime huddle before they came out, Coach Schuler said he wants feet in the paint, and it's really stymied his instructions as Cummings gets to the rack. I'm surprised that wasn't called a foul. But Phoenix slowly working their way back into the game. The Bullets, I think the high-low option is open at another turnover. Wow.
Timeout coming.
They're going to have to. They have made some turnovers. They looked after the ball. Only 1 turnover in the first half. They've had 4 in this quarter alone. And Justin Shaw, he's done that. He's called a timeout. And all of a sudden, it's back to 10 points.
They have just had 4 turnovers in the first 3 minutes here. Just sloppy stuff, throwing it away. Norton just throws it to Moeller. They're just throwing it in straight into the hands of these Phoenix guys. They had 1 turnover in the entire first half, and they've racked up 4 in very quick fashion.
And the zone's just taken them out of all their speed, all their spacing. They're kind of standing around trying to force passes in to break down the zone. There's no speed, there's no continuity right now, and good timeout to settle things back down.
Derek?
It's always interesting, guys, to see when things are going so well and a team looks unbeatable. Not only in a game, but over the course of a month, we've seen so many swings, and we're seeing it right now, and it's always a great test, and the Bullets face one right now. Do they have what it takes to repel the Phoenix?
Ruck, what would you have done to a zone like this?
I'd have put it through my legs and been shaking some people up.
Well, that's what they need. They need to shoot the ball with confidence because, you know, they're going to have open looks at it. And it's funny, the Phoenix were whacking New Zealand last week. The Breakers went to a zone and worked their way back. It was a 1-point game after trailing by 26. And now Southeast Melbourne trying to do the same in reverse.
Welcome to the NBL, where anything can really happen. And hey, I've got to give a shout out to Gary Brown, trying to show off the bunnies with that steal. Does not have that in the legs anymore, it doesn't look like.
So Justin Schuler checks Chris Smith into the game, 3-point shooters. Sobey was wild on that miss, and then Baines draws the foul. Got the offensive rebound.
Didn't finish there, Rowdy. He was a little frustrated for a moment that he didn't finish that one for the and one opportunity. Well, what were your experiences like playing with the Big Bang? You played the 2014 World Cup, the 2016 Olympics. How did you find Baines on and off the floor.
I loved him as a teammate, loved him as a person. He, as he said at halftime, bit of a big cuddly bear. I got to room with him on one of or more of the trips, and completely different person off the court as he is on the court. He's so relaxed. I went to his house for dinner when we were in the NBA playing against each other. Just a real family round, real quiet. No, I wouldn't say quiet. Real cuddly, real soft-spoken sort of guy. But once he gets on the court, he's the ultimate competitor. And there's a sloppy turnover there from the Phoenix, but he would have taken this time away, reset himself, refocus. He would have been beating himself up about how he reacted during that period, and now he's, I'm sure, locked in, really trying to help Brisbane build on the last few games where they've been playing much better.
So just a genuine white line fever, man.
Yeah, just so competitive, wants to win, wants to do well, and he's so focused on his routines and how he can perform that if he gets taken out of it, and he's gotten a lot better over time, as that's a fantastic move and finish by Gary Brown. But he's learned to sort of adjust a little bit better and take things more as they come.
Gary Brown is feeling it. And one, he's talking smack. He's juiced right now, Gary Brown, and the Bullets have got to make shots. We spoke about it before. Against this zone, they're packing the paint. That's why Sam McDaniel checks out and Isaac White checks in.
Just the 5 points so far in this third quarter for the Bullets. They've just stagnated on offense a little bit. And you know, Phoenix are going to keep scoring. That's what they do, Derek Rucker.
You don't have to do against the zone is run zone offense. Sometimes it's a great idea to go ahead and run your man stuff, ensure movement and continuity, and you can get good looks without going to a zone and a more stagnant offense, guys.
It's a good point. It's a good point, Ruck. They've been getting good catches on that free throw line. They got the high-low option, and now as Brown scores again, getting to the rim. Now the Bullets have got 3 shooters on the perimeter. Sobey, White, and Smith should start to make things tougher for the Phoenix.
Gary Brown just starting to put together a really nice night. 7 points in this third quarter. 4 rebounds, 4 assists to Smith. That's the way to break up the zone. Knock down the triple. He's got a couple from long range.
Got to have a couple of zone busters, and Harvey on replay. I was thinking, shoot the first one. What are you doing? Takes a contested, difficult fading, but that is a nice stroke, and he shoots the ball with such great arc that he just gives himself a chance to make all of them and back out to 11 points. But Gary Brown, how about his last few minutes? Really trying to take over up to 16 points. There's clear instructions as to what the foul was called on, but Gary Brown has really turned it on, up to 16 points. Offensively, really just trying to get the Phoenix going, get the momentum, and Phoenix play with a little bit of edge when they're talking a little bit of smack and just kind of getting that emotion back into the game.
Yeah, they're in this contest now. Off the back of that man, couldn't finish on that occasion. Bannon with the rebound.
You're right, you're right.
Brought Smith and White into the lineup just to get a bit of offensive punch going. They've both been able to score. Baines already knocked one down from long range.
I think that's probably letting Phoenix off the hook and letting Sauce off the hook. He's got 4. I know they're in zone as Creek. He's just too tough down there.
They are coming hard here at the Bullets, Rowdy. He just knew he was going to work here. Mismatch. Chris Smith just not nimble enough or strong enough to hang with Mitch Creek. And there's some energy about this Southeast Melbourne Phoenix team all of a sudden.
They've already scored 18 points in this quarter. Only scored 21 for that whole second term. So they found their groove on offense. They're all getting involved. And Creek's woes from the free throw line continue. He's shooting at 60% the team tonight. 16 of 26. Creek 4 of 10. Come for a spell. Tarangi will check back in. Brisbane now absorb the Phoenix charge. Air Moller, Kenyon, and Williams looking to go at Baines. Draws the foul and gets the bucket and gives the flex.
He's feeling it. Everybody's having a good time all of a sudden for Southeast Melbourne. First Gary Brown, then Mitch Creek. And here Alan Williams, loving the physicality. Going right at Big Banger, scoring through the contact.
One.
So the gamble's paid off so far, playing Alan Williams at the 4 fouls. He's got 14 points, 6 rebounds.
In just 14 minutes of action too. He's hyper productive in the time that he's on the court, and hence why Phoenix, even though they keep going back to the zone, going to try and keep Alan Williams on the court as much as possible.
And Smith gets fouled. Disappointing from Kenyon. We go to the stripe, shoot 3. Good to see Chris Smith knock down a couple of triples. He's started the season red hot form. His first 5 games, he was shooting at 49% from the field. His last 3, though, just dropped down at 31% from the field. He's moved to the bench the last few games.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're very comfortable with what he brings to their squad. They know they've got to run some stuff for him. You know, he's a catch-and-shoot three-point guy, and you can't just rely on him to get, you know, kick-out opportunities. He's got to run some action for him. The zone action, they ran into the corner. Little flare screen right there. Got to make sure he's a bit of a focus of your offense. Meanwhile, the Bullets defensively really need to wake up here. The Phoenix have scored 21 points in the first 5 minutes 42 here of the second quarter. They're pouring on the points.
They are, and that was a big focus probably for them at half-time. We need to get this offense going. We haven't been good offensively. We haven't moved the ball. We haven't got the ball into our main scorers, main creators' hands as Big Alan Williams and Baines get tangled up again. But going back to Chris Smith, I've been really impressed with him. He's come back as it's just a little bit of a tangle, nothing too much in that. But being taken out of the starting lineup, put onto the bench as an import, sometimes that doesn't go down well. But it looks like as part of this Brisbane culture that has accepted his role and is happy to do what's best for the team.
And would that be all part of the cultural shift, Liam, that we've seen Justin Shaw, the impact that he's had?
That
is going to be 5. They'd seen enough, the referees. Alan Williams, who is having some real influence, 14 points. Take a look at that replay. What are your thoughts?
That's the one I would have been fine for them not to call.
Derek Rucker, what do you think?
Well, ironically, I spoke to referee Michael Allen at halftime, and I asked him about the foul that he called on Williams in the first half, and he said it was his intent and the purpose of hitting him with the elbow, dipping the shoulder in, and I think it was remembered right there, guys. You can't mess with Michael Allen.
So Mike Kelly is going to challenge the call. Does it feel tonight, guys, that it feels like there's been emphasis on Alan Williams' physicality? That the referees have looked at his physicality and thought, let's keep an eye on this tonight?
Well, don't forget the very first play of the game. He saw the Sobey screen in front of him, and he barged right through it. So, I mean, if that's the case, then he brought that upon himself with that opening play. I think all his other calls were there. This one is dubious, to be honest. Baines kind of lines him up a little.
I think Phoenix had to try and challenge this one, whether it goes their way or not, which it looks like it may be successful.
This may be successful and may be overturned. Looks like Baines may have initiated it and then just...
Upon review, the coach's challenge is successful. The call on the floor is overturned. As Brisbane had the ball, we will inbound from the sideline with 16 on the shot clock.
So there you go, good challenge.
Up close and personal.
Yeah.
But good challenge. And you can see, Aaron, I mean, Baines kind of lines him up from a couple of steps away. Baines wants the contact because he wants Alan Williams to pick up the fifth. He wants him involved in physical action. Good challenge, good reversal. Alan Williams stays out there.
Brisbane will keep the ball. There's a relieved Alan Williams who may just sit now for the fourth quarter. He's such a presence every time he's on the floor. Just the 14 minutes, 14 points. 4 rebounds. which might break a run of 15 consecutive games where he's had at least 6 rebounds. The longest streak of any active player in the NBL. He's still got plenty of time though.
Started challenging earlier, huh? I was just challenging vocally.
16. Thank you. Thank you.
So Phoenix going to stay in the zone here, even with Alan Williams out.
And super small ball lineup. Creek at 5, Ruben at 4. It's time for Baines and Tyrell. As DJ's been shooting the ball really consistently, but it's time for the big fellas to continue to eat inside.
I find it a bit odd now. I reckon with this type of lineup, matchup, it's tough with Aaron Baines, sure. As Tarangi launches himself to the rim, gets himself to the free throw line, but here's where I feel like you got to fly around. You know, you got a smaller group out there, very mobile. You know, Baines is an issue for sure, but maybe just let Creek try to handle that with his physicality and go out and get after things a little.
Yeah, switch it up. Double team down in the post, just get the ball, get players flying around, challenge the ball, try and get some steals, speed up Brisbane, get them out of their rhythm.
And so Justin Schuler's going to respond by going small himself here. So Baines comes out, and he doesn't replace him with either Harrison or Zakarski. So it's small ball both ways to close this third quarter.
Let's see which team can take advantage of the lineups out on the floor. Back within 10. Trailed by 19 at one stage in the second quarter. White leaves it short.
I'll be honest, I feel like it lets South East Melbourne off the hook. They don't have a big to be out there as Brown marches right past the defense. And you're letting them off the hook by not having a big, strong offensive rebounder and a presence around the rim.
Back within 8, Brown up to 18. 9 for the quarter. Norton trying to probe, finds Bannon his spot. Nice touch. Josh Bannon. 8 points, 5 rebounds. As Cummins, who started the quarter in fine fashion, couldn't get that to go. And now Norton again will look to probe. White gets to the paint with ease.
Too easy, too easy.
Trading buckets in this latter part of quarter 3. Lead back out to 12. Brown continuing to attack the rim.
How fun is he to watch when he's dancing his way into the paint like that?
Well, as Pete Hawley's told us a couple of times, grew up watching the N1 tapes, didn't watch the NBA. You can see his moves. There's White left open, thought he was fouled.
He's got a bit of that kind of Puerto Rican flair about him, doesn't he? The fashion, the way he goes about it, the crossovers.
The handles are next level. He's one of the best ball handlers I've ever seen, and just shifty with it. He's got all the handles, got all the moves, but his ability to change pace, change heights when he's attacking. As we go back and have a look at this, just another one of those reach-in fouls, just unnecessary.
Shades of Tim Hardaway. Will kill a crossover.
Hello. But just one of those fouls away from the basket that sends Phoenix straight to the free throw line, and Gary Brown has been carrying Phoenix this quarter and up to 21. Really bring a spark for them in this comeback during the third.
Of course, he's been passing the ball well too in recent weeks, averaging over 6 assists a game. We've been able to develop that. But tonight he's been able to do the scoring. There's Bannon, goes straight at Creek, and that's a good sign from the youngster.
That's a veteran play from a rookie. Just senses Mitch Creek falls asleep, expecting the handoff, and keeps it. Strong finish through the contact.
Just continuing to build nicely into the season. Josh Bannon now 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting, 6 rebounds, couple of assists.
Another really nice performance. This is his third straight game, Bannon, in double digits.
Doesn't get the roll. We feel a big final minute 30 here. Cummings able to get himself some separation. Just couldn't quite get it to fall.
Important for Brisbane here in this last minute 20 to keep that scoreboard ticking over, keep it in double figures. They go only into the fourth quarter up single digits. You're going to feel like Phoenix had the momentum.
Wright's been able to do that a number of times in this game.
He just does that so well. His ability to decelerate and just outlast the defense on the end of those plays.
10 points, 6 assists off the bench for Isaac White. As now Creek couldn't quite get it to fall. The last couple of minutes, just had a few room out for Phoenix. For all their hard work, they've only pegged back the margin by 5 points in this quarter. Good hands from Tarangi. Good hustle from Norton. This will bring the crowd to their feet. McDaniel couldn't finish. And then Mitchell, unfortunately, stepped out of bounds. But they've met the challenge that the Phoenix have thrown at them this quarter.
Gotta love the energy. Getting on the floor again, chasing some loose balls. Just couldn't quite do the tightrope walk and not step on the baseline, but it's been a solid third quarter. Phoenix have mounted a challenge and Brisbane have responded.
And credit to Justin Schuller. He did exactly the right thing and didn't listen to me at all. Because the small ball lineup these last couple of minutes has worked out really well. Harrison back in now, but they've managed to just steady the ship and extend the margin back out to double digits here in these last 2 minutes.
Still got a fresh Nathan Sobey up their sleeve in the fourth quarter. Down by 12. Brown, he's had the hot hand this quarter. A bit long on that one. Williams gets the offensive board. Tarangi from the corner. And again, just not dropping late in this quarter. Brown's going to get the steal. This will be a huge finish, travel call. Trying to step back behind the three-point line, he knew it.
Well, that would have been a wild way to finish the third quarter. A little bit of lack of poise there from DJ Mitchell, and Gary Brown just not quite able to cash in.
Thank you. DJ 3.4, the game clock, 3.4, 3.4.
So 3.4 seconds left, you heard the referee there, plenty of time. You know the Phoenix are going to come in the fourth quarter. They're going to continue to score. That's a handy lead to the Bullets, says Harrison. That would have been a real big factor in this game, but it's 12 points. Brisbane in control. Phoenix are coming. Can the Bullets make it throw on the trot? Or can the Phoenix find a way to get back into this and make it 5 on the trot? Plenty to play out. Stick with us. Big fourth quarter up next.
Okay, so form isn't good. Great, not from half court. All right, let me help you. Let's just test the wind or see if there's a draft or something. Can you hold that? So there's a draft that's kind of going to that side of the... Yeah, so you'll need to compensate. Can we all get behind Robbie shooting for $1,000? Too strong. Of course, to enter, to be Rob at our next home game, to scan the QR code Brisbane, 83-71. Let's finish this off. Let's get our third win in a row on your feet.
Well, the South East Melbourne Phoenix, they mounted a bit of a comeback in that third quarter off the back of Gary Brown, who was white hot. But the Brisbane Bullets were able to weather the storm. They were able to fight their way through the momentum of the Phoenix and lead by 12 points at three-quarter time, 83-71. They're in the box seat to make it 3 in a row.
Yeah, it had some twists and turns about it, that third term, but it was Brisbane just in those last couple of minutes. Gary Brown, huge. He's got a game-high 22 now with a full line. Can the Bullets close it out here as the Phoenix launch, you would imagine, another comeback?
That's a play they've gone to on a few occasions. This time it comes off. Williams to Creek.
Beautifully run and great pass from the high post from Big Sauce Williams. Big fellas watching at home, that's how you do it. Keep it high, put it in front, let the athletes go and get it.
Gary Brown's hands are causing havoc. He's got the 3 steals. He's in the lanes. He's active with his hands, and he creates another turnover right there.
Here is Brown, wide open. And he couldn't make them pay. 11 points in that third quarter for Gary Brown. Damn it, this goes right at Al Williams.
Yeah, just smart. Just back to his left hand. I think we all knew the spin move was coming, but Alan Williams so careful not to pick up that 5th foul, but smart. Go inside, attack, be aggressive.
Yeah, just getting in the fall around the paint. Sits about late in that late in that third term as we get back down courtside to Derek Rucker.
Well, if the Bullets can hold on to this lead, it clearly full credit goes to their bench. As I'm looking at the stat sheet, the Bullets bench has 42 points through 3 quarters. Most teams average around 25 for a game.
No, it's a good call, Ruck. Isaac White, Tyrell Harrison, Chris Smith. Not Harrison, sorry, he was one of the starters. But yeah, no, they've got 5 different guys in double figures. This man, Nathan Sobey, second leading scorer in the league, finally gets there himself.
I was just thinking he's due for a big fourth quarter. Only played a handful of minutes tonight, due with some foul trouble, but it's going to be fresh, and he's going to have to carry this Brisbane team to the win.
And conversely, just 8 points off the bench for the Phoenix. 4 to Tarangi and 4 to Ben Air. That's all they've got. So it's going to be these starters that are going to have to get it done. As Will Cummings is fouled.
Harrison picks up another foul, so a couple in a row for him.
It's 4 now for Tyrell Harrison.
He comes out, Baines comes back in. And while we're in the fourth quarter here, Joey, you thought you were going to get away with it without mentioning it at all, but happy birthday.
Thank you.
Milestone day for you today.
The big 40, the big 4-0.
Nothing in the pre-game, no mention.
No, just low-key.
You thought you were just going to slide right through this game and nothing would be said. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Where else would I rather be on my 40? With you boys.
Anything special today?
I went out for lunch with my wife today and got a bit of a do tomorrow night, so
very good.
To it.
Many happy returns.
Thank you. So Cummings comes to the bench. 10 points, just 3 of 10 shooting though from the field.
Brad, did you get an invite to that do tomorrow night?
No, I did not actually. Yeah. No. Still in the mail? Is it still in the mail? Is it?
Low key.
You still use mail?
Low key.
Sobey again. And he's starting to warm up, and that's danger signs for the Phoenix.
I'm told no one in the control room got an invite either, Joey.
Exclusive. It's tough to get into. That's obviously a big bash. Heard security's at the door as well. There's a guest list.
Just a couple of friends, family, low-key.
Just the 200 then, Joey?
Williams wanted the foul on Baines. He thought then they should have kept possession if it wasn't a foul. Let's get back to the game because we've got the timeout. And it's the Brisbane Bullets, the snooze timeout. They are leading comfortably by 15 points.
Well, it's last-ditch type of territory here for the Phoenix. So if they're in the huddle, Mike Kelly, they'll be talking it through. They'll say, hey, listen, fellas, it's now or never. We're going to need to really turn it on here as we come out of this huddle, Rowdy, because time will start very much to become of the essence.
It is, and Sobey's just been aggressive, gone to his left hand, attacked that baseline, 2 plays in a row, and being able to get on the rim. He's going to be their #1 focus in the fourth quarter. They've got to take him away, let someone else beat him, and finish with a rebound tonight. That's been their big problem.
I understand the sentiment, but the words you use are unhelpful.
We're here, guys. Down here.
Right.
You can't move, okay? You can't move. Hey, out here.
15-point lead to the Bullets. Time is going to start to become a bit of the enemy for the Phoenix. Lamb, they have to do pretty much everything right from here, you would think.
Yeah, and they're going to get after a little bit here defensively. So they're matching up. And Alan Williams going to need no protection in the zone anymore. They've got to put the pressure on, try to force some turnovers and force the issue.
Brown, who's been really good defensively with the number of steals, almost caused another one.
He's just got such quick hands. Gary Brown, bang, gets a piece of it. Sobey was lucky to get away with it. Full scramble. 3 guys on the deck. Jump ball, possession arrow goes to Brisbane.
That's why I'm surprised you asked.
Already got 3 steals. Gary Brown to go with his 22 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. It's just been the spread of scorers again for the Brisbane Bullets in this one. 6 players in double digits.
No cuts to the basket. No cuts to the basket. Hey.
So shot clock under 5. They go to Sobey. Phoenix have to put the foot on the accelerator. Moller thought about it. They go back to Moller. The mismatch on Sobey. Good defense from Sobey.
Great defense. And he gives him the little Dikembe Mutombo wag of the finger.
Don't try and come at me, he says.
He said, you're going to try and back me down. I'm going to hold my spot, contest the shot, send you away, and no, sir.
Let's get back down to Derek Rucker.
Hey, Liam, I'd love to see the Bullets go to that Iverson cut on-ball action and wind up with Baines setting the screen and get Williams into some defensive decision-making positions. You know that action I'm talking about?
Don't hate it. I like it. And I like the fact that Hardaway, Iverson, and Mutombo have all got a mention this evening as Creek gets right to the rim.
I heard you and felt you the first time, mate.
Already got a behavioural warning earlier in the game. Mike Kelly.
How can I get your attention? Get my full attention. You made your point. Thank you.
I apologize.
We're good. It's okay.
A bit of respectful there from Mike Kelly.
You always got to be ready to say sorry.
Yeah.
After you've yelled at him a little bit, let him know. Then just patch it over.
Can they get some stops though, the Phoenix? Smith, he's already knocked down a couple. He's that one short. Bannon again. Been very good.
Very impressive, very impressive.
And then Norton just goes straight at Creek. Physical, draws a foul.
Aggressive attack from Mitch Norton. The offensive rebound there from Josh Bannon. Here you see that the replay of Norton. Jeez, that was a bang-bang play. Could have gone the other way there with the shoulder contact. Good whistle in the end. Ruck, Josh Bannon, you mentioned him, the matchup with Mitch Creek. 12 points for Bannon. 8 rebounds. Creaky, he's got 17 and 4. How have you seen it?
I think Bannon's done an admirable job considering the situation. Creaky's a great player, but he hasn't had a major influence on the game, and that's always a goal against an outstanding player. You can't shut him down and give him absolutely nothing. That's just unrealistic. But Bannon's effort on him, as well as the Bullets, the other guys who have had a chance on, have been outstanding.
Your shooter here, Craig.
So he's averaged the 12 and 8 in his previous 2 games, the 2 wins last weekend. He's done the same again. How important can he be? How good a player do you think he can be, Rowdy?
No, the ceiling's high. It's just, can he stay consistent with it? Can he work on skills, round out his game? Not a bad defensive effort there, just a little handsy, and I think Bain's got involved with that too, but he's just really smart, gets to the right spots, hyper efficient around the basket, and lefties always have the advantage. They're always decent shooters, the old lefties.
They love him, the Bullets. They love Josh Bannon. Justin Schuller, the coaching staff, senior advisor Stu Lash, who played a key role in putting this team together during the off-season. They feel like they found a diamond in the rough, a guy that was flying under the radar. As I said, they came up through Blackburn in Melbourne's southeast corridor. They went to the COE, University of Montana, and he was in the draft process last year. So he had some workouts with the Indiana Pacers. Withdrew, kept his draft eligibility alive, so he'll be draft eligible next year. As Bain sends that one away. In the meantime, playing a really important role as a rookie for this Bullet squad.
And physically just ready to compete straight away. He's well built, he's got good size, good strength, and really he's been holding his own since coming back from injury.
Certainly plays well above his age, just 22 years old, as again Williams to Creek. We've gone to that play a number of times. Certainly some bright young Australians with big futures. As we see here, just caught Bannon napping slightly. Good play.
He's caught him backdoor a couple of times. There, just maybe a little bit of a lack of awareness. Good eye contact from Creek. Gets to the free throw line.
He's going to need to start knocking down his free throws. Mitch Creek just 5 of 12 tonight. 41%.
Just a mental thing, I think, right now with Creaky. We've seen him for years and years be pretty consistent from the line, but gets that one to drop. Second one doing his confidence and good. As he gets that nice soft bounce that we have at the Brisbane, at the Nissan Centre, Nissan Arena.
So they trail by 12. They've left 12 points on the free throw line.
So they're going to need some stops. Sobey, again struggling from long range, 1 of 7. Kenyon tried a couple of times to get the steal, and they've left White wide open. And offensive rebounds have been important for the Bullets tonight. And again, White's done that a number of times, and that is finally getting me number 5 on Alan Williams.
Big smile on Baines. They've been trying to get that foul. Here goes White, attacks Alan Williams. Jeez. Let's see on this angle. Another phantom call. Surely the review, the challenge coming on that.
But as Ruck was saying, get him into pick and roll, make him be in compromised situations, having to defend the pick and roll. They go on
will challenge, yep.
We play centre, we have a coach, Alan.
So you tell me, Rowdy, do you see the contact?
Foul was on Williams. Anything else to give me?
Is a hands foul is what they've called.
So are they saying that left hand is...
Slaps his bicep, White's bicep on the way down. We might get a look at it in a moment, but we have to get down courtside, gentlemen, because we have not just one bit of NBL royalty courtside, we have 2. Derek Rucker.
I'm here with the great Leroy Loggins, 3-time NBL champion, 9-time first team All-NBL. You got to be happy with the way the Bullets are looking this season.
Oh, yeah, I'm very impressed, mate. We've been winning. We've had people injured, suspended, and we still come out on top.
What are you liking the most about the team?
I like the way they play together. You know how people are filling in for when someone's out, someone comes in and fills that spot, they're getting great opportunities.
And what do you, we see you around the venue, around this arena a lot more. What's brought the change? It's great to have you back here.
I think the organization CEO type thing has changed, so nothing against Sam McKinnon, but the last CEO I couldn't get along with, so I didn't come to any games. But the group they have this year, I love them, man. I love the team. Always loved Brisbane, so I'm here.
You bleed blue, bullets blue, Leroy. Thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Leroy Loggins.
What a legend. I tell you, you go to Brisbane and you talk basketball, and they will talk. People will talk about Leroy Loggins in the Uber.
After review, the coach's challenge is unsuccessful. The call on the floor is confirmed. The foul will remain on green 50.
So there was just a slight slap on Isaac White. Just watch the left hand of Williams on the right bicep. Slight bit of contact.
Yeah, Isaac White's obviously been in the gym. Summer beach season's almost upon us, working on those biceps, but the foul's there. You saw the slap come down, that left arm come down, and really throws a spanner in the works for Phoenix. But now, undersized, time to pick up the pace, pick up the intensity, get more possessions to get themselves back in the game.
Liam, I want to ask you again, you've been bullish on the Brisbane Bullets all year, and you've loved the culture shift and what Justin Schuler's doing, the way they're going about it day to day. Little things like that, bringing your legends back into the organisation, it all adds up, doesn't it, to build a culture that is leading to them starting to get some wins.
For sure. All matters, 100%. Good take from Cummings. He scores the bucket, cuts it back to 11. Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's their new CEO there has really talked about, look, we're going to build this thing right throughout the organisation. Justin Schuler, he's going to do his thing with the playing group. We're going to make sure we do all the right things in the front office, and then we all bring it together. So far, I think they're doing a really good job of that. And I agree with Leroy. I really like the chemistry and camaraderie and the focus of this Bullets. The entire squad, they feel like that they're all together and on the same page.
Yeah, and that usually takes a lot of time to change the culture and change the organisation like that, but they've done it in such a short amount of time. All the players are bought in. It seems like a new feel up in Brisbane, some excitement this season.
Well, they've had 10 different starters this season. Nathan Sobey's been the only one to start every game. 6 different combinations. And they're going to look to make it 3 in a row, get to 5 and 4, and then they're going to back up and go to Tassie on Saturday night. That's going to count.
Definitely count.
And another foul called.
Blue 20. The body. One shot.
And that was a silly play defensively. Look at the defensive trans here. Gary Brown just marching right by everybody. And then the grabbing of the rim there from Sobey was silly. Count the bucket and one opportunity for Gary Brown.
Someone's got to take ball, take ownership. Gary Brown's so electric in the open court. Someone's got to get in front of him, at least try and slow him down.
So snooze timeout called by Justin Schuler. He understands the importance of the situation. Back to 9 points. They go to the free throw line, and really the second half revival has been led by this man, Gary Brown.
Been huge. And 11 points in the third quarter. Just tick things over a little bit in that first half, and then his hands as well. He's had 3 steals on the night, but a whole bunch of deflections. And he's been huge in just keeping on throughout the second half. Once they got down, we know he can dance a little bit, he can knock it down from long range, but it's been particularly his attack on the rim. He told me last year he's never dunked in a game, and he's going to do it in the NBL. He had a chance right there, Rowdy. Wasn't able to get it done, but it's been a lot of this in the second half, marching right by the defense and getting to the cup.
I think we've seen why he hasn't had a dunking game, because that's as open as you're going to get. And
you're putting a line through it. You're saying it's not going to happen.
I've seen him get close at training a few times, but look at that shot chart. Getting a lot at the rim. Hasn't been too consistent from outside, neither the Phoenix, but thanks to Blackmores for the shot chart. But he's been really dynamic in open court, getting on the rim, finding ways to get others involved as well.
He hasn't been able to knock down the jumper, but still having a huge impact all over the floor. Derek Rucker, what are you seeing courtside?
Love that timeout from Bullets coach Justin Schuler. Said, guys, we're doing a lot of dumb stuff out there on the floor. We gotta get tighter. And he is looking ahead. He said, this is not the standard that we're talking about that's going to get us somewhere. Guys, he's got command of that huddle. Good signs for Bullets.
But Rucky's gone back to the smaller lineup here. No Baines, Harrison, or Zakarsky. Do you like it?
I do. And right now, Chris Smith lets one fly. It pays off. ATL 3-ball. Chris Smith.
That's his third triple tonight, Chris Smith. Back to that form of early in the season. 3 from 6 from long range.
Yeah, and as Liam was saying earlier, some plays drawn up for him. He's great, obviously, catch and shoot, but you can't live off a steady diet of penetrate and pass. You got to have some stuff run for him, and he's such a good dynamic shooter that if he gets half a look, it's going up, and most likely it's going in.
Every time the Phoenix have made a little run, Brisbane have been able to respond. Again, another offensive board, and again from Bannon, and again the young fella couldn't finish his work, but he enjoyed his work on the glass, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Oh my, stat sheet stuffing supreme.
Stat padding too, got another double-double.
Look at the work on the offensive glass. Not once, not twice, but 3 times a lady, in fact 4. He's got 7 offensive boards now. Josh Bannon, 12 points, 11 boards, and he's off to the stripe.
A really strong performance again from the 22-year-old.
And as you said, 7 offensive rebounds. That's just hard work. Yes, Phoenix.
4 were on the one possession.
I know, 4 were on the one possession. I think we've seen Source do that once or twice as well. But still, it's all about effort and intensity. And they've made a living of getting on the offensive boards. He's got 7. Baines has 5 offensive rebounds himself, creating second chance points and really dominating with the foul trouble and obviously injuries to the Phoenix centers.
Brown with his handles, and then recklessly tries to let that one fly. Maybe not the right option, bit of desperation there. Now they bring the pressure and they commit another foul. Gary Brown knows it. He's disappointed with himself. Yeah, that probably wasn't the right option, but maybe at the little heat check go with 25 points. By far the most on the floor. As we get back down to courtside, Derek Rucker.
And guys, we often talk about gravity in basketball, and it usually applies to three-point shooting and stretching defenses out. But this Bullets team is a bit different. They have an internal gravity where you have to worry about those bigs so much that it creates anxiety, and then it opens up opportunities for Smith, for Sobey, for White. They're zigging a little bit. They're looking much better.
Yeah, it's a good point. And of course, it's especially come home to roost tonight with Williams in the foul trouble and no Gorjak Gax. So many minutes of this smaller ball lineup from the Phoenix that has really come to the fore.
It's really covered up for Sobey, who's been struggling with foul trouble, like quite a few of the players tonight. Hasn't had his usual impact or minutes, but with how the big fella's been playing inside and attacking those rebounds, he's been able to get away with it.
There from the logo. Doesn't know we get that one to fall either. Now time is becoming an issue. Of course, both these teams back up again this weekend. South East Melbourne to go back home and host the Cairns Taipans on Sunday. The Brisbane Bullets, as we said earlier, travel down to Tassie Saturday night to play the Jack Jumpers. Creek on Harrison. Just a couple around the rim tonight, Mitch Creek.
And if you're Brisbane here, no rush. Just take the air out of the ball, long offensive possessions, close the game out.
Norton with the experience and the speed, just couldn't finish. Oh, and Harrison puts an exclamation mark on his performance tonight. He's been excellent, the big fella.
That's when you can wag the finger. When you block it like that.
With 2 hands, just imprinted it on the backboard there. He's been impressive in his minutes tonight, really efficient inside, getting after the rebounds and making plays. A few blocks tonight. He's done a little bit of everything.
Yeah, another 2 blocks, 14 points, 7 boards. Been a big factor in this win, as he has been in the last couple of wins.
Foxwell comes into the game for his first minutes. It's all about lifting the tempo right now, trying to run around, fly around, speed Brisbane up, put more possessions in the game, because the clock's a big factor now. There's not enough possessions in the normal 24-second shot clock now to get Phoenix back in the game, so they've got to speed the game up.
There you go, Mike Kelly. Pass the ball to Creaky.
Simple offense, that one, isn't it?
That was the best coaching instruction I've heard all year. Pass the ball to Creaky.
Let's see if they follow instructions. They do. Nice move from Tarangi. So the question here, Rowdy, is we say Brisbane again plays Saturday night. Do they stick with Tyrell Harrison as the starter?
I don't see why not. If Baines doesn't come back first game into the starting lineup, and they've been successful, and both players have played really well tonight, I think you stick with it.
Well, they're only one basket away from their season high score, the Brisbane Bullets.
That'll be disappointing for the Phoenix. They've been playing well of late. Defense has still been the one thing that, as Bannon steps out, hits threes, he's celebrating with the crowd, having a fun night. Defense for the Phoenix has still been that one thing. We know they can score, we know they can put up points with anybody, but can they defend and really take themselves up that next step to title contenders?
And he's a season high now in points for the Brisbane Bullets. As you've said, Sobey hasn't even been that influential. 18-point lead. Can Sobey make it 21? Not quite. Derek Rucker, I'll get back down to you courtside. What have you seen tonight?
Well, Liam, you and I, as Rocco Zakarski checks in the game and the crowd acts like they've just seen Jesus.
They love it.
Liam, you were on my podcast, and we talked about Josh Bannon. We both admitted our love affair with him, and we're seeing why tonight. The guy's a very solid basketball player. He has no apparent weaknesses. The only thing is he looks like he's got a bit of a leg injury that he needs to get over. But if he's playing this way with that injury, imagine what he's going to look like at 100%. He has been a magnificent signing for the Bullets, and just gives them another key piece as they make a run.
No, well said. And a great little plug of your own podcast too, right?
Thank you.
Beautiful work. Absolutely magnificent work by you. And no, he's just a high IQ, solid player, Josh Bannon. And just the little things too. Like here's the great collection of highlights. That previous possession, he directed the traffic. He said, no, reverse it, get it away from me, take it to the second side of the offense. It came back, found him in the corner, and he knocked down the three. But he's been doing all kinds of work tonight around the rim, on the perimeter. Bang, knocks down the triple right there and celebrates accordingly.
Career high, 17 points, only very, very early in his career. He's going to top these at some stage, but a career high rebounds as well. Big night for Josh Bannon. Big night for the Brisbane Bullets. We said only 12 days ago they were beaten by this team by 23 points. It's a 41-point swing. It's amazing what a couple of weeks can do.
Yeah, doom and gloom a couple of weeks ago, and everyone's sort of getting ready to write them off, and here they are.
Not everyone, Liam.
Not everyone. He went a little quiet there for a few weeks, though.
Yeah.
It's not that he didn't believe, he just got a little bit quiet.
It got dark and stormy on Brisbane Island for a minute there.
Are you going to invite anyone else on the Brisbane Island at any stage? If anyone jumps on and you can send a welcome them?
Now we're talking invite.
Bannon picks up another foul. That's the only disappointing night for him. That'll be his 5th foul.
Joey gets right back to the game.
Yeah. It's very hush-hush.
Is anyone welcome back on Bannon Island?
Hey, everyone on Bannon Island. There's all kinds of fun islands around to get involved in. Hey, listen, great game from Bannon. Checks out to a worthy ovation. Gabe Hadley excited for him. Everybody's welcome, Joey. It's the water's warm. The sand is soft under your feet. Good times on Brisbane Island right now.
Well, if they can go down to Tassie on Saturday night and beat the Jack Jumpers at home, there might be a few more wanting to jump on that island.
Well, Ruck said during the week if they go bang-bang this weekend, he's locking them into the top 4. He said, forget everything I said before, they're making the top 4. Am I right, Rock?
Well, you look like you're right. I mean, that was a bold statement, and you went early, too. But if they continue to play like this and defend their home court like this, you know, you could be right.
But if they beat Tassie, you're on board.
They beat, I said, quite frankly, if they beat Tassie, and you know what? They're well-positioned right now to do so. They got a healthy squad. Tassie have a lacking confident Marcus Lee and not much else inside. I think the Bullets can give them real problems, and Sobey didn't have to burn a lot of petrol tonight.
Where does it leave the Phoenix, Rowdy? As a former player, you're not going to overreact to tonight. Did you see anything, or was it just simply the injury to Gack early, the fouling of Alan Williams, and maybe just a bit of an anomaly?
Yeah, definitely threw off their rhythm and their rotations and their lineups, having obviously an injury and Big Sauce in his foul trouble. It's going to have to be rejigged now. How do they bounce back after this disappointing result, and also how do they cover the big men? They've struggled with it. They've struggled with injuries. As we said with Phoenix, when they're all fit and healthy, they're a strong, deep team. But injuries at the big really seem to hurt this team.
Faye comes in, knocks down the 3, but doesn't mean much now. It's just the margin that's going to be the factor. Since the game settled down, probably late in that first quarter after there were so many fouls committed in that first 7 or 8 minutes, Brisbane really have been in control. And every time South East Melbourne looked like they were going to make a run, the Bullets have had the answers. Really mature win from them in front of another good home crowd. They make it 3 in a row. They get to 5 and 4 in the season. And the big game Saturday night against the Jack Jumpers.
Nice move by young Foxwell.
Seven Bullets in double digits. They've done it by committee. They've shared the load. Isaac White has been able to do that a number of times. And we finished the game as we started with a foul. It's 53 for the night.
That's a big number.
It's a big number.
75 free throw attempts as Foxwell steps to the stripe.
Pays to make your free throws, people at home. 13 left by the Phoenix. You make a few more, scoreboard pressure builds, the game feels a little bit closer. As they miss another one, unfortunately. 27 of 41. Just not going to get it done.
Final shot from Kenyon. It doesn't matter. The Brisbane Bullets, 16-point winners at home. They've been able to turn their season around. They've made it 3 in a row. And they continue to build. Aaron Baines back in the lineup. Shannon Scott still missing for a little bit longer, but they're getting healthy. They're getting some continuity, and they're getting some performances from some young players, in particular this man, Josh Bannon with Derek Rucker.
Josh Bannon, outstanding game. How did you feel coming into this game, knowing your matchup with Mitch Creek was incoming?
Look, he's a great player. He's been dominant in this league for a long time, but I embrace that challenge. I love that. He had a good game tonight. Defensively, I got to be a lot better. But I'm just glad we got that win. That's a great win for us.
You probably heard Liam Santamaria's comments this week about how much he loved you. Did that add any pressure, or did that make you feel more confident?
I try to avoid as much of that stuff as I can, but thank you to him for that. But look, really, like, I just go out there and I give what I got, and that's really all I can ask for. That's been my focus coming in this year, and I'm going to continue to do that.
How have you found your way into this Bullets lineup after missing the first few games? You've really meshed in, found your spot in the starting lineup. What do you attribute that to?
I think there was a great deal of work in the preseason before I got hurt. I continued to do that while I was hurt as well, rehabbing. It took me a game to sort of get going, but at these last three, I'm starting to feel back to myself.
Great game, Josh. Go enjoy it with your teammates.
Thank you very much.
Josh Bannon, the 22-year-old, the Foot Locker player of the game, 17 points, 11 rebounds. The Brisbane Bullets, they get the job done by 16 points. We'll be back right after this to wrap it up.
Champions from the Sunshine State.
One more time, make some noise for your Bullets! Post-game interview coming up very shortly. Once again, the Silver Bullets will be up on the concourse very soon. So you'll be able to get some photos with them. Next home game, round 8, November 18th, 7 p.m. tip-off against the Perth Wildcats. Make sure you are here. Let's pack out this arena for that one. I want to see 5,000 people in this place, so bring your friends. All right, looks like Susie's trying to wrangle a player. Tyrell's doing